Howdy folks, we are back with another name redacted draft league battle, this time against my boy Ryan. He's got a pretty interesting randomly drafted team, so we'll see how this goes. Regirock was something I actually kind of wanted to draft this league and use as a Terra captain, which Ryan is doing, so that's kind of neat. We got some interesting strats on our end, some standard stuff, some not so standard stuff. He didn't bring Skarmory, which I find kind of interesting. That was something I was really worried about that was giving me some trouble in mocks, so I brought a fair amount of stuff that can kind of sort of deal with it, but now we don't have to deal with it, so we'll take that as a solid sign. We're just going to lead Bronzong here. Hopefully get up Stealth Rock, and then we can deal with Hitmonlee when it comes in to, in theory, spin those away. But yeah, good luck to Ryan. And here we go. We are 1-1 on the season, trying to get above 500 for the first time after Sean beat the snot out of us, and then we rebounded well against Zach. Leads Mew. Don't love to see that, but let's just stick to the plan, get the rocks up. Goes for Will-O-Wisp. It's not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world. I'm not sure if Mew gets Defog. I'd assume along with like pretty much everything else it lost it this gen, but can't be certain. There's not a ton of points staying in here, but I also don't want something else to get burned really. That's tough. Let's just go for an Ice Spinner for damage. I know it's not going to do much because we're burned. Hex, interesting. Okay, so that does a lot. And Ice Spinner does pitiful damage. He's just going to heal that off with leftovers, so that's no good. So he could go for another Will-O-Wisp here, predicting my switch, which would be bad. But another Hex is probably going to take us out, so I don't love the prospect of that either. Yeah, already has us on the back foot with Mew. I didn't really bring anything that can deal with this outside of Bronzong, which is not dealing with it all that great. And he does go for the other Will-O-Wisp. Good play, Ryan. So that might be GG right there, because we really needed Grafaiai for a lot of his stuff, and now that we're burned, that neuters us a lot. Oh, that's really unfortunate. That really sucks. So yeah, definitely playing very on the back foot here. I don't even know what I have that can really hit Mew, if I'm honest. So we kind of went away from a lot of dark moves. Goes into Hitmonlee here. Is he gonna have White Herb Unburden? Doesn't appear that he is. So the thing is, it's a speed tie with Great Tusk. I don't think anything I have with Greninja would take him out, which is also a risky thing to go to because he can just bot me with a fighting move. I think what we do is we go to Great Tusk, risk the speed tie. Because he's going to want to get rid of the rocks. So if we win the speed tie here, we should chunk, but he's going to switch. What is he going to go to? Goes to Rotom. So if he's Scarfed, we're in trouble. Let me look at a calc real quick. Yeah, so if he's Scarfed, he just kills us outright with Leaf Storm. But we did just activate Temper Flare. And I kind of want to go for it, even though that's not the smartest move. The thing is, like, it's so risky for him to go for anything but a Leaf Storm here. And I don't think it's really worth it for him. But we can't risk losing Great Tusk. We just can't. So let's scout, see what he wants to go for. Maybe we can deduce down the line if he is Scarfed. Does go for Leaf Storm. Doesn't take out Bronzong, but the next one might. And here I'm just going to fire off a Body Press. Maybe get some hefty damage on something. So he does switch, so that tells me that he's probably choiced, he's probably Scarf. That's generally what Rotom does. It's very good at its job. Ooh, that was not the correct switch in. So T-Tar is going to get the sand up, but we might take it out right here. Oh wow, that does nothing. Good lord, why did that do so little? I'm very confused. That's a 4 times effective... I know it's not like stab or anything, but we've got a lot of defense. That's kind of crazy. Okay, well, I'll just stay in Body Press again. Goes for knockoff even through our Colbur. That's gonna knock us out. So T-Tar KOs Bronzong with knock. So I'm going to go to Hitmonchan here. I remain impressed that T-Tar took a Body Press that well. It's probably like max defense, max HP, but even so, like, that's pretty impressive. So I EV'd my Hitmonchan to always outspeed Tyranitar, even if he's like max speed Jolly, which I don't think he is. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to get greedy here and go for a Swords Dance. And he switches. Okay, so potentially we're in a good spot here. Goes to Mew, that's less than ideal. Well, let's just commit our Terra and go for a stab Bullet Punch and see how much it does. He's probably going to burn us, but maybe we'll get lucky. He'll try for like a Psychic move, seeing the Fighting type in front of him and go for that, but There's not really a ton I can do because nothing else on my team really appreciates getting burned, to be quite honest, and we're at +2, so I kind of want to get a heavy hit off. But this is not looking good for us. Mew is just a big problem, especially because I didn't bring like knockoff on Great Tusk or knockoff on Grafii. Probably should have, but let's see how much this does. Not even half. That's very disappointing. But he does go for Psychic. Okay. So that helps us a little. Thing is, Mew is definitely faster. Ah, this is tough. Let's predict a Willow now. Actually, there's no point. Let's just Bullet Punch again. Maybe we'll get a crit or a high roll. That really is not doing all that much, even at +2. That stinks. So he does go for the Willow. There goes the Sandstorm. So we could maybe go for another Swords Dance here to get to +4, because I mean, burned, we're not going to be doing enough. So yeah, Will-O-Wisp Mew is just a hard counter to a lot of my team right now, which is not great, but we'll just try and power through with Swords Dance here. He's going to switch. And goes to, I'm guessing, an Amorous? No, goes to this Mamma Jamma. So, with Regirock, he has Fairy, Rock, and Fighting as his Terra types. If he goes Fairy, then Bullet Punch is the play. If he goes to anything else, Drain Punch is the play. So, I think maybe we just Drain Punch once, and then maybe we Bullet Punch on the other end of that and see where that gets us. Okay, didn't Terra, and that does a big chunk even burned. Get back to full. Goes for Body Press. It's gonna hurt a lot and takes us all the way out. I did not think that one of those would kill us. I've got a fair amount of like HP and defense investment, so that's unfortunate. So Regirock KOs Hitmonchan with Body Press. Alright, well, we're down significantly here. And he still has what I assume is the Scarfed Rotom. So yeah, this is tough. I mean, anything I go to, he has an immediate counter. I think we gotta go Greninja and try and get our boost here, and then maybe at +1 we outspeed a Scarfed Rotom, but I haven't run the calc on that, so I'm not 100% sure. Let's just go for the Shuriken. If he Terra's here, fair play. Hopefully he's low enough to where we're still able to take it out, but Does Terra, so what is it gonna be? Probably Fairy. And then he'll knock us out with Terra Blast, probably. Assuming that we don't get enough hits to knock him out with the Water Shuriken. I brought that over like Surf just because I thought having added priority would be nice. 2, can we get more? No, only 2. That stinks. So yeah, Terra Blast is probably going to take us out. Oh, Drain Punch. Okay, that doesn't take us out, but he's going to get a lot of HP back. Okay. Well, we do have Sludge Wave, so I have no reason not to go for it. Switches. And goes to Hitmonlee. Wow, that does nothing. Yikes. That's a Life Orb. Sludge Wave does very little. Alright, I think Fake Out, if he has it, has like more priority, but that's why I have Water Shuriken on this, in case he goes for like Mach Punch. Man, this is just doing no type of damage at all. And now he's gonna Rapid Spin, get his speed up. Again, that's a Life Orb Greninja. It's doing no type of damage to either of his mons. That's really frustrating. Well, it might be a wrap from here, because I don't really have anything that can touch the rest of his team, so I think it's going to be GG, but we'll fight. I'll just go for a Rapid Spin here, because I need the speed for anything else on his team, but it's looking likely that we're going to get potentially 6-0'd here, which would be really rough, because we're already hurting in the standings. Goes for CC. Does about half. Rapid Spin will take him out, which is nice. Problem is, even with the speed boost, we're not going to outspeed Rotom, so he can freely go to Rotom, and I don't really have an answer, so... He goes to T-Tar. I'm assuming that was just so he can get Sand up again. Alright, so we don't get 6-0'd, and that's nice. Tusk KOs T-Tar with Headlong. So again, here he can pretty freely go to Rotom and take us out. Which he's gonna do. Yeah, this is a bummer. I mean... He takes us out with Leaf Storm. There's not really a ton I can do about that. He has zero reason to overpredict. But I'm assuming that he's Scarfed and that we're going to be slower even with the boost. Let me just double check that. Oh, maybe. We might be faster. So let's just try for an Ice Spinner here and see how much it does. Okay, so we are faster. It doesn't do enough. Darn. Well, that stinks. That's probably game right there. Darn. Just didn't have enough power. That stinks. Well, GG, Ryan. I don't see any avenue where we come back from this, but just fire off a gunk shot, I guess. We'll probably miss and then get bodied by something else. Goes to Mew. We do hit gunk shot. It doesn't even do enough from there. Wow. Oh boy, that's brutal. And he lives even after the sand damage. That's just unfortunate. Man, I wonder if he like did just max defense, max HP on all of his mons, because I have a lot of like physical attackers, but that's crazy, man. We do hit another gunk, so that'll take out Mew. Here comes this monstrosity, which could very well be scarfed as well, but we'll see. Goes for Earth Power. It is faster, so that tells me it's scarfed. So he might have been running specs on Rotom, and I may have been able to just Temper Flare earlier and knock it out if it was specs, because it would have been slower, but I assumed Scarf just because that's generally what they run. Yeah, tough. Earth Power does about 55% or 45% to Lantern, who knocks out Enam. And then here he's just going to, in theory, knock us out with a Leaf Storm unless he misses, which he does not, and that will end it. GG, Ryan. Well played, well crafted team. We just really didn't have anything from you, who got us on the back foot right away. We battled back a little bit, but made it a semi-respectable 2-0. But we're back in the losers column. We got to regroup. GG.